Ohio State's Ryan Day didn't mince words this week when discussing the current state of college football. He compared the sport to the age of the dinosaurs, stating plainly that either you adapt or you die. While he wasn't necessarily pointing any fingers to any particular coach, when he said this, it reminded me of one particular coach that I am going to talk about, who I think is the quote unquote dinosaur in the room. If there is one coach currently fighting against extinction in the current state of college football, it is Dabo Swinney. For years, Dabo has treated the NIL and transfer portal as a just in case tool rather than fundamental um, parts of roster construction. And he has been willing to die on bad hills because of he wants to stick to this traditional development in high school recruiting, betting that his old school culture can still outpace the new school. The technical reality is that the math ain't macking. Prior to his 2026 offseason, Clemson was reluctant to engage with the portal, and it left them pretty vulnerable, if you ask me. And while we've seen a little bit of a shift recently with Clemson finally dipping into the portal, it feels very forced. And through an empathetic lens, we have to look at the athletes in this situation because traditional development, while it is beautiful, and I love seeing players go through that 4 year developmental period, but it's the NIL era. Development also means providing players with resources and competitive rosters in order for them to succeed. Sticking to a bad hill for the sake of tradition doesn't just hurt the win-loss record, as we've clearly seen with Clemson, but it's also hurting the players. Dabo is trying to prove that the old way is, can still lead them to a national championship, and that is just not going to happen anymore. But as Ryan Day stated, the meteor has already hit. In 2026, you can't just rely on high school recruiting. You have to dip your toes in the portal, and you have to utilize NIL at this point. Players want to get paid. Players want to provide for their families in college. It can't. Some of them just can't wait to get to the NFL to get the check because some of them won't make the NFL. I feel like we are witnessing the final chapter of Dabo Swinney, and I hate to say this, but he either quits or gets fired next year. Ladies who love football, I want to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the comments and hit that follow button.